Pride Month for me is really important for kind of raising awareness, and I feel like it's become more than we're just talking about LGBT issues and how we can make a little difference. I'm really about going the next step now and seeing how we can use Pride Month to galvanise what we can do day to day, 365 days a year. So honestly, I don't really celebrate it because I feel like it's still something that needs to happen. However, I want to be proactive all year round, so it doesn't really change much to me. I just get a little busier, I guess. I think we've made a lot of progress over the last 10 years, to be perfectly honest. However, I worry we're at a little bit of a tricky point right now where I feel like social media doesn't really help, and or mainstream media either, really. And are we just doing tick box exercises? Have people lost sort of the meaning behind the messages, and so they're not really getting through, and they're not really fully understood either. And often people are now taking it as this is Pride Month. Here we go. We're going to just have a lot of flags on social media and half-hearted efforts, which I hope isn't the case, and I don't think it is for a lot of people. However, we need to make sure we steer clear of that and really kind of project the messages with a clear message. And I think we do that by showing how we can make an impact and what these messages actually do, and why we celebrate it. And if we didn't have Pride Month, if we didn't have these messages, kind of what damage we could go back to. I think it's really lovely. I think it's great that organisations now immediately go, what can we do for Pride Month? It's not oh goodness, it's Pride Month next week. We need to quickly act on something. So I think we're at a really good point with that. But I think you're right. I think some people are always nervous about saying the wrong thing, upsetting somebody, and we are in a generation and in a world right now where more and more people respond like that. However, that doesn't need to take away from the important messages we get across, the facts, the figures, and how we make everybody feel inclusive is by having these conversations. They're not always going to be easy, and not everyone's always going to like them either. This is why we're so diverse, and this is why we're trying to champion inclusivity, because actually it's the best for everyone. It's fantastic. I was part of the Athletics Pride Network, which launched just before COVID, and we were one of the first sports governing bodies to do that, and that was really powerful. And athletics is just so diverse. We have so many different events within one sport that it is so welcoming. And if you're going to be part of a team at a high level or at a lower level, you're going to have to be accepting of people from all sorts of walks of life, because that's what this sport brings in, and that's why I'm really proud of our sport. And 99% of my experience within it has been incredibly positive, and I was welcomed with open arms when I came out. And yeah, I think if people can see just the impact it had on me personally, whether it's coincidence or not, but after I came out publicly in 2015, and then went on to have some of the best years in my career, and that they're the sort of messages that are really important, the impact it can have to let somebody kind of live freely and not have those concerns, those worries, and that stress. We all know what stress can do to us, eating away at the back of our minds, taking away from the effort we're putting into what we should be focusing on. For me, role models are really, really important, because without those sorts of individuals that really kind of reach a huge audience nowadays, and nowadays that is massively through social media, not just through traditional forms of media, we can live through others. It was so powerful in 2015 when I did come out. It went around the world, and also when I proposed to my now husband on Copacabana Beach, that at the Olympics, that hit the press as well. But what was really lovely were the amount of messages saying, "You've inspired me to do this," or "I can't believe you're in sport and you're gay, or you're in a same-sex relationship." It's incredible. But what probably motivated me more was the messages from countries people in countries where it's illegal or, even worse, punishable by death still to be LGBT. And that's why I realized how important being a role model or being visible truly is. And I think in today's world, we can't just push a message. We have to show, as I say, we have to show the impacts of that. And that's where people in my position and much higher than me can make a real difference, because really they don't just need to be saying slogans and terminology that we think is the right thing to say and the right way to say it. It's saying this is the impact something has, this is how we can change people's lives, and this is what you can do about it.